Okay, so we've got that new baler smell here in the shop today. This is the brand new baler. I've opened everything up to, excuse me. I've opened everything up to expose it so you can see what a Krone baler actually looks like inside. Now there's some, excuse me, I swallowed spit or something. Anyway, there's a lot of things I really like about the Krone baler. That's why I purchased another one. You can see they even lettered it for me. And I'll close this up at the end of the video and show you what it looks like. This is fully in preparation for baling straw in down south. That's just what it is. I decided that, you know, with this contract that it would be a smart idea to go ahead and buy another new baler so that I can go with 2 balers and get this job done. My Heston baler, I've sold it. It's gone. Well, it's not gone yet, but it's going to be going here pretty soon, like today. This baler has every single thing that my other baler had, with the it has everything. With the exception of the uptime kit. There's a kit that you can purchase, and I think I'm gonna buy it. I keep it in the front of the on the 8530. So what I'll do is I'm just gonna have Krone. I'm gonna buy it. It's like $1,500 for the kit, and I'll purchase that for this particular baler, and then it can ride along with this other tractor, so that I'm not having problems with one baler and then have to go to the other baler to get the parts off of it out of the tractor, so I have them in case. But they're just minor stuff. It still has this honking big flywheel with that honking big gearbox in it, and the major differences that I see aren't mechanically. It's in the wiring and in the routing of the wires. There was a couple of spots on the other side. Let me get over here. It has the automatic grease gun, like, you know, like mine has. And I don't know why, but it actually discolored. Like they cleaned it with a chemical cleaner maybe or something. I don't know. Not that that makes a difference or anything. But yeah, so it's pretty much the same exact baler. It does have plastic chocks versus the metal chocks on the my older baler. This is a 2017 model. It was left over, but I have been assured that all the upgrades that would come out on the new baler for 2019 are on this baler. So even though the frame is a 2017, the computer, he did upgrade the Gerald had upgraded the computer to the latest version, and that is supposed to be right there in that box there. Now, that box on my other one is in a different position, and this is completely sealed. This one here, these control units are different, but they've changed the wiring routing from the old one. In the older baler, there was an issue here, right up here where this arm goes. Those wires, there were some connections right there, and as this arm for the needle carrier group, when I would come around, it would actually snap off this little thing right there. It's like those there, but they're in a different position now. That is for the automatic trip. You know, you can trip your needles to tie knots automatically from the cab, which is a really nice feature. You can do it either from up top there or in the cab, and that works out really well. The one thing that I'm not happy about, that I could see right away, and I haven't even used the baler, is these tires. I had Vredestein tires on the other baler, and I'm partial to quality tires, but these are Alliance tires, and it just didn't make me happy to see that, because I had an Alliance tire that lasted less than a month. It just blew up, and they're expensive. These things are like $1,000 or more each, and I don't know where this tire was made, but it's probably made in Israel. So that's an Israeli tire. Maybe it'll be okay. I don't know. I didn't really realize that they made stuff like that in Israel. So it has the Alliance tires. Well, the jury's out on those. I do have a spare in the back, and when I do go to bale straw, I will have that spare tire with me just in case I do have a problem. You know, I can get it fixed. There are sensors in places that weren't. There's no sensors on the other baler. Like right here, there's a sensor. See that? It's a sensor there. That's not on the baler. There's a sensor right there right in there that I don't remember having. There's a sensor here, which is kind of normal. I think that was on the other one. And there's a sensor down in here that's usually a pain in the ass. It lets you know whether the thing is running or not. And apparently Gerald had worked on that and got that straightened out. This is the original. Actually, this block is much thicker than the one that's in the other baler. They must have realized that those strip out, so they made them wider, thicker. So that's one of the things that I had problems with it. It hit something and it actually spread that thing and stripped it out. And I ended up regrinding the teeth and squashing it back down. It was kind of a pain in the ass. But I'm glad to see that that one's thicker. Now there's a corn fodder kit on this thing, according to Gerald. He told me that there's something in the pre-charge chamber. I haven't been up top to really look inside of it yet. So I will do that. I'm going to look in there right now. So let me take you up top and show you what we got. Yeah, so we got the very familiar, very reliable Krone double tie knot system here. It works. I really don't have much trouble with these at all. From time to time I'll break a bill hook, and that's about it. You know, that's about it. So I guess if I got up in here, I could look down in there. I don't see. It looks the same to me. Looks like if I fall in there, I'm a dead man. That's what I see. So, yeah. Wow. But you can see that this baler has set out. You can see where there were scratches and stuff there. There's little rust spots, which to me, it's not really a big deal because it's never had any hay in it. And that's what happens when you have a baler that has had hay in it, and then they set them outside. They just deteriorate to nothing. They'll rot. And I see it. I've seen it in the past. I see it a lot, actually. You'll see a baler on a lot, and the bale is half-assed taken out of the bale chamber, but, you know, and it's sitting on the lot, and you see this gobs of goo that is all over the rails and stuff. And to me, that just will seriously depreciate the value of the baler, you know, when you go to sell it. Because if I walk onto a lot and somebody tells me, oh, the baler's only got 25,000 bales on it, you want to go take a look at it. And you're like, wow, 25,000 bales, that's, you know, that's just broken in. That's not broken in, it's broken in, it's ready to go, you know. And then when you get out there and you see that it's just caked, like this would be caked full, all the way from one end to the other, and the paint's heaving and curling off of there, that really diminishes, in my mind, that the thing was taken care of. I'll point out some quality construction points on these balers versus their competitors that I've owned in the past, i.e. New Holland, and now even the Heston. If you see where they weld these plates up, you see right here, they weld and they trail off. They trail off, and this is done with a computer, obviously. But every place that they do this, that they weld a gusset or a brace or a support, I think these are different than the other baler. Aren't they a little different here? Maybe not. I thought that they were a little beefier on this one. Anyways, they trail off like this because when you come to a point with two welding points, it's weak there, and that creates a stress fracture over time. Now, I've never broken a frame on the Heston, and I've never broken a frame on the Krone, but on the New Holland, we sucked up a rock into it. It was, what was that, the 960A New Holland? And when the rock went up in through the bale chamber, up through the pre-charge chamber, and into the bale chamber, and the plunger hit it, shearing off one of the pins on the plunger. And when that plunger got to beating around in there, it actually broke welds on the side of the plunger, or the bale chamber, where that plunger beat back and forth. And you can look at that on my channel way back. I mean, we're talking, what is that, 2010 or 2011, I think it was, when that happened. And it just made a mess out of it. And Krone has really made these very strong. You've got this, you've got two pieces of laminated steel, and then they laminate this piece over top of this, and then they bolt something to that. I mean, there's a lot of thought and time that went into this baler to build this baler. A lot of people say, oh, those things are too expensive to buy, and you know, time is money, and if you're wasting time spending money, you're not baling. Well, this machine will out-bale any other baler on the market. With I don't know about the Heston Massey Ferguson UDX, I think is what, extreme density baler that they've come out with, but that is a direct competitor with this one, this 1290 HDP high speed. The only better baler that Krone makes is the 8-tie HDP2, which is a massive improvement over anything that's on here. It's a totally different class baler. There's no other baler on the market like it, and nobody else is even trying to compete with it. But that is a very expensive baler, and for doing custom harvesting, I guess if you're getting paid by the ton, that's where it makes the difference. But if you're not getting paid by the ton, you know, there's no point in purchasing that. And that is actually the reason I did not purchase the 8-tie baler this go around, because why would I want to pack extraordinarily large amounts of hay into a bale that I'm not getting paid by the ton, where I'm getting paid by the bale? And you know, that's just my thoughts on that one. So I didn't want to spend the extra $40,000 on that 12-tie baler or 8-tie baler. But this baler here will definitely do the trick. Now there's some things here. These are new to me. I do not know what these are. I have no clue what these are. So maybe they're just nuts. That's weird. They're nuts. There was an upgrade that is done to the needles on these balers that I did the upgrade on my other baler, on the other 1290 HDP high speed, and I thought that it was a great idea, but after talking with the guy that actually does the work on these things, let me hold on a second. After talking with the guy that does the work on them, Gerald over there at Messick's, he told me, he says, well, listen, the jury's out, as far as I'm concerned, the jury's out on these things, because we're not sure that they're going to be what you think they are. And that's these sealed rollers, okay? I don't know if they've given me the axles for those or not. Probably should have. I would think that they would. They probably didn't. But no, they didn't get me the axles. Well, the little bums. Oh, wait a minute, here's the paper. Yeah. $279 worth of these little bastards. But these are the needle rollers. Okay, so I changed these over in my other baler because the other ones had seized up. They were a bushing type. And, you know, I don't know. I thought that the bushings they wear out. And Gerald said that he hasn't had any of them go bad. And I'm like, well, no, that's not what he said. He said that he has had these go bad faster than the bushing type. I've had these on New Holland, and I have them on the Heston, the 4x4 baler, and we haven't had any troubles with them at all. I changed them on the Heston just because they needed to be changed. That baler, they were so old, rusty, because it was sitting outside for so long. But, you know, so anyways, in the deal, I made sure that I got 18 rollers for this machine, which will be interchangeable between the two machines. So there's some other giblets over here that I have no idea even what's in there in the boxes, but I'm going to discover them with you because I can. So here's a front half of the Big Pack's power takeoff shaft. That's like $5,000. Yeah, $5,000. This is the monitor. Okay, so there's the monitor. Let's see, is there anything else in there? Yeah, that's the monitor. This is another freaking expensive deal. So we'll just set that there. Then we get into here. This is the wiring hookup, the harness for it that comes with cable ties or wire ties. And oh yeah, and these my friends are the books. And then he said there was a cable here for something else. I have no idea what that is for. What is that? Oh, this is for isobus. Okay, and then of course the welcome to Krone. Krone service proof. I don't know what that is, but who knows? Looks like a book. Service proof. Operating hours. Tells you it's a book to write down what you've done to your baler. Okay, cool. So these are things that will have to be put away until I'm ready to use the baler this week. This baler is going to go to the field pretty quickly. We're going to run it on the 7530. 7530 needs air in its tires in order to run that Krone baler. This tractor is 208 horsepower at the PTO. That is what it dynoed at when it was in England. So unless they blew smoke up my ass, this tractor should comfortably run that Krone Big Pack. The reason I'm putting it on this tractor versus that tractor is because that tractor's got a loader on it and I need the loader. And this tractor here, hey, it actually, according to the dyno, this actually has more horsepower than that one, and it has wider tires than that one. So this one here will definitely be able to pull the baler pretty easily once I get air in those flat-looking tires, because this machine is heavy. I'm going to pull the power takeoff shaft out of there, and I'm going to put the large 1000 power takeoff shaft off of the 8120 into that unit here, and we should be pretty good to go. It should fit. If it doesn't fit, then I'm going to have kittens and pups about it, but it should fit. You know, I don't think I got another PTO shaft with this machine, did I? Or is that a single that gets flipped?
I think that's a single that gets flipped.
I don't remember. Well, let's take it apart and find out. Because if I have to put an adapter on it, that's going to screw up the PTO shaft. No big deal. But yeah, and that drawbar, I don't like that drawbar. Everybody tells me it'll be fine, but I don't like that drawbar. It makes me nervous. Just
being that's damn small.
Well, it's not. It's heavy. I mean, it's thick. It's got a small pin in it. I'm gonna have to build a bushing to go in there to take up the slap. So that's just another thing that I'll have to do. So I don't know. Either that or just put it on the 8120. But the 8120's got the loader on it. I need the loader. So anyway, I guess I've yammered on about this thing long enough. It's here. And the next new piece of equipment is that Bale Runner 16K. That should be here. It's probably going to be out at Messick's. I do have a grapple grabber that goes on the front of the 8120. I'm going to take the spikes off and use the grapple because it's faster. And it'll actually give me a little more pickup, lift capacity with it. And we'll be using that. And the Bale Runner 16K will be coming to the farm here probably right after the farm show. They're just going to throw it on a truck and bring it out at that point. But until then, see you next time. Thanks for watching. Please comment, rate, and subscribe. And pray that everything works out the way I'd like it to.